we've actually got Adam over at the neighbor's house right now because, well, the ground squirrels are out and active. And he is out here in their field trying to see if he can get some of them trapped before they end up coming over here on our property. Here you can see all of these mounds. That is all new and recent gopher activity. And Adam's way out there, he's digging some holes. He's got some little traps set. So he's already got one done right here. We really don't want these guys coming over here on our property. We've done pretty good at trapping them, and thankfully this neighbor lets us come out here in his field and do this just as a preventative. Hi, little moo cow. Maple is progressing right along. Each day when I come out here and feed morning and night, I check on her, and her little udder is starting to get a little bit fuller, so it's kind of nice to see some of the activity. I love baby cows. Like, I think they're the cutest, so I am anticipating her birth so that I can have a little calf to cuddle on. The calf probably won't appreciate it, but I sure will. Something on my agenda today is I've got to fix my haystack. I don't know if you guys have seen in some of my previous videos, but my haystack is sitting pretty wonky, and I've got to get it knocked down and restacked. When I had my stackers brought in, and really no fault to the guy with the stacker truck, but sometimes it's inevitable that when he goes and sets the next stacker down, it will bump the first one, and that's what happened. So it's kind of created an issue now, because now that the front stack, since I've gone through most of the front stack, the second one doesn't have the stability that it did prior, and so it's getting to a point where I'm a little bit concerned for like the girls' safety coming out here. As you can see, it has started to bow, and it's been continually bowing as I've gotten further and further into the stack. And so we do have these poles right here that we set up to kind of help support. When we got my hay, we didn't do what we probably should have done, which was drop part of the end of this so that we could stack it up, kind of tear it up on the end. That just kind of helps give it more stability that way. We've done that with previous stacks, and it definitely is the way to go. We ended up having quite a bit going on by the time I got my stacks delivered, and we just ended up tarping it and calling it good. So now I've got all this extra tarp right here that needs to go. I've been wanting to pull it back and off the front, but I haven't been able to because of the way that we have these poles sitting here. So this is something that I think we're going to try to take care of today. So I feel kind of bad for Adam right there, because his back isn't going to love this task, but it needs to get done. Adam, where are you going? So I was showing you out there in the field trapping the gophers. What does it look like out there? I mean, like, this is war on gophers. So, like, do we have a lot going on out there, or just one who is really busy?
There's at least a dozen out there.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you set how many traps? Three or four? Three? Okay. So what time is it right now?
Noon 30.
12:40. His phone said 12:40. Anyways, so how soon are you going to go out there and check?
That's why I put 2 flags on them, so when I see a white flag up, I know that there's one in there.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so tell me your process.
Put a flag where the trap is, and I put a flag on the trap, so when the trap sets, I got 2 flags.
Okay, so right now what you see is the red one, and so when the trap sets, then the white one pops up, so then you'll see 2 flags.
2 flags.
Okay.
I don't always do red and white because the neighbor's goats eat the flags, so it's whatever flags I have, whatever color.
That is true. The neighbor does have 3 goats. He's got a Nubian, and I don't know, a mix. The other two are mixed. It doesn't really matter what they are. But yeah, I forgot that they do go out there and they eat.
And they've pulled my traps out of the ground by the flags.
Yes.
So sometimes it's hard to catch gophers.
But over there, you have trapped before where like you've set a trap and then within minutes, I mean, not even a minute, one's been hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
while I was setting the other traps, I caught one.
yeah. So explain these gophers, and I called them ground squirrels earlier, but gophers. Now they dig the tunnels, and the mounds are what?
All their tunnel building. So they'll daylight, and then they'll build a tunnel, and they'll push that all out. And when they're done, they plug off the hole because they don't like the cold and the light.
And the air coming in. It'd be nice to have a trap right now to kind of show you, but at the trap is a little square box, and at the end is a little hole. And so what you do is you dig the top out of that tunnel, the mound, and you put the trap down in, and you seal all around the trap except for that hole, and then that allows the air to come in. And when they want to come back, when they come back to fill that in, they climb in and get snapped. So
they work pretty well.
They do work pretty well, but we definitely need to get this done because they will start coming over here. They will get in our field. They will get in our yard, and they just make a huge mess. And it's
worse than the chickens do in my lawn.
I know the chickens are pretty bad,
They're
but the chickens are terrible. But what happens too is it messes with our irrigation. Because like out in the field, the irrigation water will go and it will hit one of those tunnels, and then it just goes where the tunnel goes. And we've had water pop up, like we'll be out in the field irrigating and it's barely even come across, and we'll have water crop up, you know, over here behind the shop somewhere, because that's where the water has
goes
gone
through the tunnels.
It makes a mess. So that's part of why we're also trapping these gophers.
Well, now I've been tasked with explaining this trap, I guess. So once it's set, that's how it sets. See if I know how to do this. And then you got the little hole in the back that they can see daylight through. And they climb in to investigate, and they hit this little trigger right here. I don't know if you can see that. And then once they hit the trigger, it sets off the trap. I just tie a flag around so that when it's down, and then when the trap goes up, the flag stands up. But as you see, the goats have eaten the flag. So that's how the trap works.
Oh, okay, so now it's time to get this haystack naked. I have way too many ropes on this trying to tie it down. We originally started out using some mule tape, which Adam uses in his electrical business. It's for pulling wire through conduit. It's got a smooth, silky texture to it, so it makes it glide through the pipe a lot easier. Well, it does not work for tying a hay tarp down. So now it's time to declothe my haystack. With the tarp off, you can see how much it is leaning over here on this side. So I just got to take these down. Hopefully there's no chickens around or kids or dogs, and then drop some of these bales. My haystack hasn't always sat right here where it's at. We placed it here this year because the milk house used to actually sit right here, and then Adam drug it into this position. That's not its permanent spot, but we just needed to move it out of the way so that we could put the stack here. Last year's stack ran diagonal this way, and part of the reason why we didn't get this dropped was because this ended up butting right up on the side of the stack that I had previously. And then in previous years, the hay used to be stacked up where some of that wood is back there. But when we did the shop build, it had to move over because the edge of the haystack would have been about where this side of the shop is currently at this moment. So everything has migrated this way the last couple years to make room for our shop. Okay, I think I need to take a little bit of a break because my arms are just a little bit tired. That's a bit of work. So I brought Adam out here to assist me because my muscles don't work as well as his do. It's just proven fact that like when men are not around, our muscles work really well, and when they are around, they don't work at all. So yeah, right. Anyways, I've dropped quite a few of these bales, but I'm getting to the point where some of it probably needs to get stacked up and rearranged a little bit, and he's got the man muscle for that. I do not. Sorry.
I'm not really feeling it though.
Yeah, I'm also not feeling it for you. Look at this hay string. Like that's got some definite guitar strings and Cadillacs.
What does a Cadillac have to do with this?
It's a song.
Guitar strings and Cadillacs?
Isn't that a song? Guitars and Cadillacs.
Well, yeah, that didn't say anything about guitar strings.
Well, it had to do with guitars, though.
Oh.
Okay, you have no idea how much better this makes me feel about this stack. Like, you can see how much of an angle is in that. But now it'll be okay because we've got this right here to help hold that up. So much more manageable, safer. Thank you, Adam. He's the best. I'm gonna have him help me put the tarp back on the haystack. I do have some bungee cords in the milk shed, which we have used in the past, but the problem with them is that if they don't line up on the bell strings well, then they get loose, and then when we have the winds come in, it will pop them off. So I think I might have to run down to the hardware store to see about getting some rope. Adam needs some more screws because he's working on the loft room in the shop. He's putting flooring down on the TGIs in there. You guys, this tarp is really long. It is meant for someone who has more stackers than I have, but it's the smallest tarp that our feed store had. So it is a little bit long for what I need. As you can see, it's draping over the front and it's draping over the back. So now that we've shortened the stack, it'll be a little bit harder to secure it well. I would probably be better off going and buying a smaller tarp, but those ones are not as good quality. These hay tarps have reinforcement around the grommet area so that when you do secure these and pull them tight, it doesn't rip these out like your normal blue tarps that you would have for like a normal homeowner would use around their property. So these are a lot thicker mill of plastic, which they hold up really well. Back from the hardware store. So I got Adam his screws for his project that he's working on, and I was able to get some bungee cords, which these are the ones that I was hoping that they had. The hard rubber ones don't flex as well. And then I got some rope.
Thank you. Getting there.
So a video that I should probably do sometime is how we save money here on the homestead, how we're able to do some of our projects for a fraction of the price that it would be otherwise, because we don't like to buy it at full price. So For our shop build that we've been doing, Adam has been able to source a lot of our material from some auctions, and the TGIs that he sourced at an auction, he got all of them, plus we have some beams out front that he's going to mill down into, I believe, thirds, and use those for his benches around the perimeter of the shop. So all the TGIs and those beams were $70 at the auction. So right now wood prices are pretty high. When you were in looking recently, how expensive was the flooring for doing this project at a big box store?
This sheet of 3/4 was $64 a sheet, and I ended up getting 1 inch from the auction around $30 a sheet.
So half the price for the 1 inch versus the 3/4 at the stores. If you are one who is looking to do projects around your own homestead and you want to save a penny, check out some of your local auctions. The particular auction that we secured this material from, they do building material auctions, I believe once a month.
Yeah, ish, if they get it in.
Yeah, if they get more, they'll do, you know, more auctions, but if they...
The key thing is being able to be patient.
Definitely.
If you're in a hurry, it's going to cost you money.
But if you're not, you can take the time to look and try to secure a material for a lot less money. Right there is key, is being patient and waiting to find those deals. Okay, this is going to take just a little bit more engineering, so I will actually spare you from me figuring out where bungee cords and rope goes, and I'll just show you the finished product when I'm done. I put strings on the sides and used some of the bungee cords to hold the front. Back here I folded it, didn't really do a swell job on that one. There's quite a bit hanging down, and when I folded it and then secured it, it kind of got left like that, and I can't fix it unless I undo these and retie them. So I don't want to do that right now. I'm sure as we get further into the stack over here, I'm going to have to pull this tarp back, and I'll have to reattach these again. So anyways, you can see strings, and then some of the bungee cords here, and that should be fairly easy for Aaliyah to get into. It's been most of the day since the traps were set for the gophers, so I think maybe we should go and take a look and see if we've caught any. Can't see them very well through the camera, but through our naked eye we can see that they haven't been sprung yet. So I'll probably be out here in the morning checking them, unless Adam gets really frisky and decides to do it at the butt crack of dawn, but I doubt it, right?
No, because usually they're frozen in a trap.
Yeah, froze. And then our neighbor's dog, Remington, which you guys sometimes will see on here, he thinks that they're pretty good snacks, so he comes and nabs them when he knows that. I mean, he's actually woke us up in the middle of the night before because he has heard one of the traps go off, and he will bark and bark and bark, and we've had to go out there and be like, oh yeah, here's a dead gopher for you, Remington.
And he quickly snatches them up and takes them home.
Yeah, he takes them home for our neighbor. All right, it is the next day, and I am coming out here to check on the gopher traps. It's morning time. I've already fed, and I'm watering stock tanks right now, so I'm taking just a moment to come out here and check on these gopher traps. I have to climb the fence to get over into this field. There is a gate down there, and Adam will use that and take the four-wheeler, so a little bit more convenient for him. No activity for this one. Other one across the field over there looks like it sprung, so we'll go take a look. All right, this one has sprung. The flag is up, and you can see this part right here is up, so we'll just pull this one out real quick. And got it. We got a little gopher. So we'll just take this and we'll go check the next one. The next one up here, it looks like it might be sprung as well. This one has sprung as well, so we'll just go ahead and pull this one out. Ooh, that one's a little bit bigger. So he got it by the neck. Look at those teeth in there. And this one, he's a little bit smaller, but anyways, a good catch on those ones. We'll head back now and I'll go ahead and dispose of these. Honestly, disposal probably means for us that our neighbor's dog, Remington's gonna come nab them and eat them. So sorry, Kim, if you're watching this. Not a bad little score for 3 traps, 2 out of the 3. As Adam said, because we checked these last night and nothing had happened. There have been occasions where Adam has caught some gophers as he was setting traps, but I believe, but as he said, a lot of times that they do most of their activity in the evening at night. So that was the case this time. But so I'll get these in the shop for him. He might set them tonight or maybe just wait till the weekend. I don't know. But yay for some gophers. Sorry, not sorry, but I just wanted to show you guys these little gophers. So you can see there's a size difference on these guys. So I'm gonna go with the larger one, but look at the size of these guys' claws. Like, those guys can do quite a bit of damage. I mean, they're meant for digging tunnels underground, as well as their teeth. You know, that does quite a bit of damage, especially if, you know, farmers had those out in their field eating the bottoms of their crops. But I mean, this one right here, you know, it's about the same size as my hand. Granted, I'm wearing a glove, but now imagine tunnels as big as these guys running underground. Like I said, we've had times where we're irrigating, the water will hit a gopher hole and end up somewhere else, because I mean, that's quite a big passage, you know, a thoroughfare. So anyways, glad we were able to get these guys before they start making babies and making more of these. So I'm gonna go dispose of these and then put the traps away for Adam. You can have it. Enjoy.